has helped or changed your business?
Or what we're doing more of? Okay.
Yeah.
So are we live?
Yeah,
okay. Okay. Okay.
Turn it on.
So the one thing that we discovered at Success is that people connect with people. They don't connect with magazines. They don't connect with companies. They don't connect with brands. And so we've really sort of taken the relationship that I've created with our subscriber base, both in print as well as in audio, and have really pulled it out and put a spotlight on it so that I could sort of be the living embodiment of the brand, to champion it, to be its evangelist on the outside. So I even spent a year writing a book that really encapsulated a lot of the best ideas, tips, and strategies that I pulled out of today's super achievers. Haven't had the honor of being able to sit knee to knee with them because they were being interviewed for and on behalf of Success Magazine, and compiled them into a book, distillation of the core fundamentals of what it takes to really earn success, so that people could get the seedling of idea of the value of success in book form and in a relationship with me through my personality, so that in their mind as a consumer, they weren't just saying, okay, this is just another magazine in this grand rack of options of magazines. They say, hey, there's real value here. I really enjoy this guy's authenticity and his personality, and look at all of the seedlings of tips and ideas that I've gathered within this book. I obviously need to read Success Magazine. So it has changed the paradigm of how to seed a market, connect, and engage an audience so that they have a totally different perceived value and frame of reference of what a magazine is and the value that it could contribute to them, because of highlighting me as well as delivering some of those great ideas in a book form that then can be transferred to speaking engagements, digital distribution, and so forth. So that's sort of been the greatest transformation as a brand positioning focused strategy.
Perfect. Awesome. If you were to start over, what would you do differently?
If I were to start over, here's what anybody that's interested in the content business, this is what I recommend, having gone through it now, is start with your advertiser, start with your sponsorship, figure out a way to get it funded before you even start. So instead of building content by presupposing what you think your audience wants, and then trying to go and get an audience, and then going to your advertisers and sponsors and suggesting that we've got this audience that they then decide that they don't care about, that's the traditional route of building content business. Well, I would go to advertisers now or sponsors and say, what audience do you want? And what sort of relationship do you want to have with them? And what's the most important messaging you want to get across? And figure out if that aligns with my desires as a content developer and producer. Figure out what 2 or 3 people really match my value systems and then paint a picture of, here's what we could build together, integrated, because the future of advertising, marketing, and sponsorship is integrated in relationship building, not just in your face sort of advertising that gets avoided and the interrupt advertising model is over. So build the sponsorship, build the advertising base into the content development, and then go and build something great and attract the audience that the both of you want. And so you get it pre-funded before you even go into the first step of development. That takes more time to give you a full explanation of that, but that is my greatest piece of advice starting this thing over, is to work it backwards than the traditional model of building content business.
Perfect. Awesome. What is last question?
So, and we'll have you respond to the camera. Okay, we're on. Okay. First question, what are you most passionate about?
One of the things that I'm really passionate about is meeting new people and learning about new businesses and new industries, because ultimately I think the more perspectives that you have in life and can appreciate in life, the more it enables you to tackle future challenges.
Perfect, thank you. What was the one thing that changed your career?
One thing that changed my career was the realization that I really did not want to go into the office in the morning at my previous company. And so with Zappos, from the beginning, we've always made culture really important, and today it's the #1 priority for the company. And I think if I hadn't had that bad experience with my previous company, then that probably wouldn't have happened.
Perfect. Thank you very much, Tony. These are great. What marketing is working for you?
Our number one form of marketing is word of mouth, and our whole philosophy is to take most of the money we would have spent on paid advertising or paid marketing and instead invest into customer service and the customer experience and let our customers do the marketing for us.
Classic. Awesome. What was the greatest challenge you had to overcome to do what you're doing now?
I think the greatest challenge we've had to overcome has just been trying to figure out who are the right people to hire. And if you add up the cost of all our hiring mistakes over the past 10 or 11 years at Zappos, it's, you know, in terms of the bad decisions they've made and the bad hires that those bad hires made and so on, it's probably cost the company well over $100 million.
Wow, thanks. All right, just two more quick ones. You know, saying's a lot about relationships, building relationships. So in your life, what relationship, who did you meet along the way that changed your career?
I don't know if there's any one person that I met that's changed my career, but I would say that in general, one of the things that I've learned over the past 10 years is that it's much more important to just have relationships for the sake of relationships, where the relationship itself is its own reward, instead of having the relationship be the means to some business transaction. And what we found is if you form actual real friendships where it's not like a standard networking thing where you're trying to trade business cards and get something out of the other person while helping the other person out, somehow, you know, a few years down the line, a real friendship and relationship will yield much more than something where you're being friends with someone or sort of friends with someone just because of their title or what company they're with.
I gotta be totally honest with you, Tony. That is like the absolute best advice for this entire crowd. Like, seriously, thank you, because that's what we all need to know and remind ourselves. It's not about the card; it's about the relationship. So, from my heart, thank you, because we need that. Last one. What advice would you give to someone who's starting over, or not starting over, someone who's starting, you know, a young entrepreneur, someone who's just, or it could be someone who's starting over, someone in their 50s who are just picking themselves up again. What advice would you give them?
If you're starting a new company, I would say think about what you would be so passionate about doing that you'd be happy doing it for 10 years, even if you didn't make any money from it. And that's what you should be doing. And kind of the ironic thing is if you actually do that, then the money will follow.
Perfect. Would you mind giving a testimonial for Sang? You know, I've been at Sang, met a lot of great people, the information here.
I've been at Sang. This is actually my second time here at this event, and have met a lot of great people through the event. So, yeah, come to Sang 5, 6, 7, 8.
Thank you so much, Mike. Look, do a quick picture.